Hello, the game has started. It's my opponent to go first. I've got a non-bingo-y rack, but I've got a good scoring tile in the Z, and that goes well with vowels. So I've got Zuia, using 5 of my tiles, which would leave the A. And if opponent changes, I could get the Z doubled. Well, opponent doesn't change. No A next to a double letter square. So what can I do here? And can I get rid of the V with the Z? I don't think I can. I would need an I for avise. So, wow, this is just tricky. Because I could play pause, but that leaves 4 vowels. But if I stick the Z out in the open, I'm offering good scoring spots for opponent. What about the H? Not seeing anything great through that. I am minded to go with pause. It doesn't give much away. And a V is a scoring tile, as is the W, so that should help with getting rid of the vowels or rebalancing the vowels. Wow, nice bingo by opponent. What can I do here? Well, I have a thou and za, leaving C, which although vowel heavy is fine because E and A are the best vowels. And this creates an S lane. Asinine doesn't take an S. So a vowel for 31. Wow, I draw the second blank. And surely I have a bingo here. I have Siamese and Misses with the blank as an M. Where's the best lane? Well, what about column 8, beginning or ending with an A? That would be a lot of vowels. 5 vowel 8. Is there something here possibly ending easier? No, not seeing anything. So the bingos I've identified go in row N, but that's not great. It doesn't get doubled, and it provides access to triple word squares. I have both of those plays in rows G and I, and column 14. Well, column 14 at least gets doubled. Now, 24 for opponent. The R and the D look quite handy in terms of providing better plays. So I do have C sides through the D, but that places a vowel, an A, above this double letter square, so inviting a big score in column 8. Do I have anything better? That's going to score the most of the moves I've considered. What about a play through the R, which would cover this double letter square? So, not seeing anything there. 17 minutes on my clock. Wow, that looks like there should be something. Not seeing it. Freesias, that doesn't fit. Realizes, again, doesn't fit. That's Misses as a 7. Not seeing anything with an R. I feel I'm going too fast to spot everything. But I do have C sides in my back pocket. So I'm only looking for a marginally better play. Re-arises. Well, that places an S in column 15. Re-raises doesn't fit. Surely something here. This is a ridiculously good set of tiles with an R. Seriates. Not seeing an anagram of that. There could be several. Okay, I'm going with seasides for 70. Well, I draw scoring tiles, so I have Boke in column 8 if opponent doesn't go there. There's the Eye of Dreich and the Eye of Seasides where my K or B could go. I have several scoring tiles, so I'd like to make inroads into them. In that I'd like to play off more than one, so either B and K, BY or KY. I think it may be difficult to play off all three. Yeah, this was the danger. 39 points. So, what can I do about that? Actually, Bosky would get rid of all of the big tiles, but I'm not seeing anywhere great for that, and I don't want to give up the S too cheaply. So I trail by 30. Kaibo is good. Interesting. Well, that leaves the U. However, it scores 28 points. Q still to come. It doesn't give too much away for opponent. Is this the best spot for Kaibo? Yeah, I'm not seeing anywhere better. I am going with this. Well, that doesn't look great. Too many pairs of duplicates and a U. I've got the UN beginning, but I'm not seeing a 7 or an 8. Great, just 26 for opponent. Jin takes a D in front. Now I can sort this rack out quite nicely with Unkind, and the rack leave is good. I trail, so I'm happy to create new lanes. And Unkind doesn't provide very much for opponent. I'm going with this. Oh wow, not a good pickup. No scoring tiles. And I don't think I have a bingo. I have Boogie in column 5, which would certainly sort the rack out, leaving IS. What else is available? Yeah, Boogie's quite nice. Only 18 points. At a bare minimum, I want to play off I and O. But I don't think I'm going to score very much just playing those two tiles. Nudnik was the anagram of Unkind. That didn't fit. So what if Boogie is blocked? Great, it's not an only 12 points for opponent. Fantastic. And he leads by 10, so this is going to edge me in front. Boogie for 18. Wow, and still the vowels keep coming. I have in mind this A of agave as being a useful floater because an A is a good vowel, but it's not much good when I'm sitting with 5 vowels on my rack and no scoring tiles. A play of AIA would sort the rack out, but that's not going to score very much. However, opponent only has a 13-point lead. So, is there anywhere for AIA, and are there any scoring tiles on the board that I can use? I've used the K and the B for the last 2 turns, which worked out quite nicely. So there's the Z. Not seeing anything ending ZA. Ah, well, there is an AIA spot right here. Getting value from the M. 16 points with this rack leave, which goes well with the A. There's a nice lane in column 2. There's a new lane in row N. I am obstructing a vowel. And this is the last S, so AIA is obstructing a 7-letter bingo ending in S. However, there's a good chance that would play in column 2. Yeah, well, is it time to pull the trigger on this? Or is there somewhere better for AIA? That 7-letter S lane is pretty handy when both blanks have gone and I'm sitting with the last S. No, I am going to go with this. I think there's a good chance opponent would play here. And a play of AIA in column 2 would just provide access to a triple word square. The same in column 14. I'm going with this. So, what do I have? This looks tantalizingly close to a bingo. Wow, opponent's gone down quickly. 50-point X play. Retakes the lead by 50 points. Oh, wow, I have Synedria. And both the floating A's are in the wrong. No, I don't have Synedria. Yeah, I do, but both A's are not available. And it doesn't have an anagram. So that rules out the A's. Gosh, and they're pretty much the only available floaters. Do I have a 7 with this rack? I don't think I do. Opponent's taken my decent Y spot. There is a Y spot next to the N of asinine. Wow, this rack without the Y is pretty hot. I could play U, which takes an R in front, but there are 3 R's and an A to come. And that only scores 10 points, which feels a bit light. I would have syringed through a G. 11 minutes on my clock. Guy is good, but I don't have an O for Oxo. Oxy is good. 4 E's to come. So, what about doing this? Die for 29. Rins is pretty good. Goes very well with an A. Let me check the remaining vowels. 10 out of 31. Not many. That would suggest I would be much better off playing D and Y somewhere else and hanging on to the E. Where can I do that? Wow, what about this? This is interesting. I can play Yid here for 12, which takes an S. Opponent is really going to struggle to block column 15. And look at this for a 5-letter set. Absolutely immense. And it goes well with an A. Surely this is the play. And I have in here's Henry's Reshine in column 15. What do I have through an A? Wow, is In Hearse good? If it is, it just slots in. Wow, but is it good? In Hearse, I think it is. And opponent changes, fantastic. I don't need to worry about In Hearse. I just need to find the highest scoring play in column 15. So, does anything get the H doubled? The S has to go after Yid. So in here's Henry's, not quite, and Reshine. Okay, so I'm going to go with Henry's. I don't think it matters what I play. Henry's for 91. Bang! And I take a 50-point lead. Very few bingo lanes on the board. And this is the problem which presented itself with the vowel drought of only 10 vowels out of about 30, approximately. So, 13 tiles to come. Still seven vowels out of 20, so it's not quite as serious. But what is serious is I'm going to struggle to score. Vowels are actually more valuable in the end game. And you see how clunky this rack is. But I have a lead, and I can do this brawl for 10, which takes out a bingo lane, turns over 4 tiles. So there's only going to be 9 in the bag. Still the A of alphas available for a bingo, but the remaining pool is pretty non-bingo-y. No S's or blanks, still a Q and 2 F's to come. Is this the play? Can I play a 5th consonant anywhere? No, I don't think I can. I am going with this. Great. I draw a couple of vowels, no scoring tiles, which restricts my ability to score, but it also means opponent is more likely to have the Q and the Fs and the P on his rack, and they're non-bingo-y. And opponent either needs a bingo or a big score. And I'm not seeing anywhere great for the Q or the other scoring tiles. Still 1 T to come, good grief. So, 9 tiles in the bag. 23 for opponent, that's solid scoring. My lead just 20 points. And I am going to struggle with this rack. Just looking at the double E to see if I can play through that and take out the A as a bingo floater. But I don't think I need to worry about bingos. I think I need to worry about opponent catching me. And a bingo in column 2 would pretty much need to begin with a vowel or consonant followed by 2 vowels. That's pretty unlikely. Well, I'm thinking about playing tut for 6. But that surely is pretty awful. 7 minutes on my clock. Wow. No D for gin. Can I get value from the Z? No. Such a dry board. Opponent did well to get 23 points for dough. I could have played tot in that spot, which would have been nice. But no matter how tricky the board is and how tricky your rack is, there is always a winningest play. Even if it doesn't win very much. So, eel is good. I've got L-O-T. Well, I think I do need to play off 2 T's. Where can I do that? Gosh, I've got tot for very little in row B, and that just sets up scoring opportunities, so I don't want to do that. 6 minutes on my clock. I could play mat, but I think that takes an E. Well, interesting. I think it takes an E. Let me check. Yeah, but look at the remaining tiles. There's only 4 vowels. Opponent's going to struggle to place an E there. Wow, this is very high probability, high volatility rather, because the opponent could play equal. But overall, I think he's going to struggle to reach the triple word square. And I'm far more likely to, because I have an E. And my rack is balanced, but only 6 points. What else can I do? I do need to play off 2 T's. Well, why not play tut for the same score? I do still lead by 25 points, so I'll lead by 30. Yeah, I'm doing this tut for 6. And I do now have a scoring tile in the F, which is good. I could play Flea in column 12. I have Fortlet. I have a bingo. Oh, wow. Joy of joys. Look at this. Look at this. I have Fortlet for 102. Bang! And that ends the game. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. What a finish. And the final score, 346 for my opponent, 466 for me, a winning margin of 120 points, so a huge, huge win. Let's see what I missed. Wow, that is the most explosive and dramatic end to the game in a very long time. Unbelievable. Now, it was opponent to go first, plays Alpha. And I had this, wow, I'm still reeling from that finish. 100-point bingo to finish the game. So, what did I do here? I can't remember. I played pause for 34. Doesn't make the list. But ooze, G10. Interesting, yeah. Getting value from the P and the H. I think ooze would have been a better play. And opponent plays Asinine for 76 to take an early lead. A wave, that's nice, J11. In the same spot as a vow, but actually a vow is better. It's 2 fewer points. But AES is more than 2 points better than OS. So a vow is better. And now opponent's rack. And plays Drake. And this was a rack I spent a while with. So Aegis's N5. Well, wow, so the highest scoring play is in row N, and that provides access to these triple word squares. So I only dropped 1 point to play Seaside, but what else was available? Steadies, that takes a T, and those are the only options in row C. So Seasides, I think, is fine. Opponents. Rack plays a Gave, and now I play Kaibo for 28, keeping DSU. I could have got 6 more points, but keeping BDSUI, which is really clunky, so I prefer my play. Opponent only 1 vowel, plays Gin, and now I play Unkind for 26, which I like, in Dewing. Yeah, although it does provide access to the triple word square, that's not particularly dangerous because only a 1-point tile can go on the double letter square. So yeah, very little between those, but since I trail, I think Unkind is good because it creates 2 new lanes. Opponent plays Coin. I have Boogie to sort the rack out and to take a slender lead. Opponent with 3 T's, and he plays Terms. Now I have a lot of 1-point tiles, and I play AIA for 16 after a while, and yeah, nothing fabulously better available. Horrible rack for opponent, plays Zoo, and here we go. I have this rack, there's no bingo, Cynedria doesn't play, and I do this. I play Yid for only 12 points, which is miles off the best play, but creates a selfish lane because I have the only remaining S or blank, and I'm setting up a bingo lane in column 15 in which only an S can go after Yid. And I need a bingo because I trail opponent's rack, and opponent changes with this, fair enough. And look at this, I have Henry's for 91 points, absolutely amazing. And that gives me a 50-point lead with only 15 tiles in the bag. Opponent plays Now I have this rack. I play, wow, well, not on this list, but look at this, only 14 points available. I play Brawl, but B1, Blurt. Interesting, keeping the W as a scoring tile. And although I am opening up column 1, B in second place, not massively useful. But I have in mind partly to take out a bingo lane. Opponent's rack plays doe. And this was another tricky rack. My lead is only 25 points. I6. Oh wow, that's nice. Lot for 20. I think I would have played that if I'd seen it. But I didn't. I played tut. And now great play by opponent. Plays quep for 35. The top move down here. But look at this, in making that play, opponent has emptied the bag and provided a spot for Fortlet for 102. So what a finish for the game. If I didn't have that bingo, let's go back. If I didn't have that bingo, it would have been really tricky because there was just 4 points between us. Well, I would have had Fort. So I think I would have won with Fort, but Fortlet ensured that I won in style. So absolutely amazing game, and in particular an amazing finish. So many thanks to opponent for a terrific battle. I hope you enjoyed watching that game. Like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.